Now don't get me wrong, I love wooting. I did main their 60HE before, but that is a few years ago, and with the current market, with the current competition and keyboards like these existing, I think it might be time to stop buying the wooting 60HE. Now that seems to be everything inside the box. Very nice, safe, premium packaging. All of that you need, more than you need, will be included with the keyboard. And man, first impressions? Not gonna lie, I did not expect this keyboard to look this good, bro. Look at that reflection. I really love that. Like, cooler than I expected. But yeah, other than this cool piece over here, I really love the white color, very clean. I'm happy to see more color variations out of this keyboard. And yeah, I think this is the best so far, but if you like pink, you know, you have that, and we also have the default black and blue if you really like that, no problems with that. But this right here is definitely a safer color, and I'm sure a lot more people will definitely like it. And let me clarify, the white version I got is the White Elf, which has this reflective thingy. You can also get it in just white without that reflectiveness, but man, I really recommend you get this one. And pretty much all of the different variations has the 63 layout. If you want the 60, you're kind of stuck with one color, which is the black and blue. But okay, what else is new other than the variations? We also got new switches to choose from. Of course, we still have the Star Trail. We do have the Magnetic Jades, the Magnetic Jade Pros, the Pink Jade Pros, but that is only available for the pink variation, I'm pretty sure. And we also have the Magnetic Jade Gamings, which I'm pretty sure is the switches we got over here, the Gamings, yep. But okay, we're gonna go back to the switches. Let's talk about the keycaps. They are pretty much similar to the other models. Double shot PBT, very nice quality, no problems with it. And now going back to the switches, I'm pretty sure these are more stable than the Jade Pros. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, these should be more gaming focused. There is minimal wiggle wobble. They do feel pretty snappy. I can feel the rebound more, which, not gonna lie, I really love the feeling of, especially when gaming. It is very smooth, closed bottom, love that. Here's a little sound test. I think they sound pretty decent. Again, will totally be personal preference, but I think the Jade Pros do sound a little bit better for me personally. But yeah, these guys definitely do sound good as well, not gonna lie. But yeah, here is the sound test of the whole keyboard with the switches and keycaps on. Now, I think that sounds amazing, better than before, and I think the reason is I got, oh, hold up, accidentally touched some stuff that I shouldn't touch. Don't get some fingerprints on that. But yeah, big reason why it sounds better than before probably is because of the switches. I got some better switches here now compared to before, which is nice. Now the stabilizers are lubed, I'm pretty sure. I do see some lube there, not sure if you can see it through the camera, but yeah, there is no rattle there. Love that. This keyboard is also apparently esports gas get mounted. But yeah, I do appreciate the efforts in making the keyboard sound good. Very, very high quality stuff, as well as the full aluminum case, of course. Definitely helps the keyboard sound good. But okay, enough with the good qualityness of the keyboard. How about the performance? Pretty much still the same as before, I'm pretty sure, but there might be new features on the web-based software that we're gonna be checking out later. But yeah, of course, it is a magnetic keyboard. It does have adjustable actuation points. It does have a 0.05mm accuracy. Of course, it does have rapid trigger, and it also does have 8K hertz polling rates. And I've seen a lot of performance tests on this keyboard, and it does perform very fast. It does beat the wooting, I'm pretty sure, or at least according to the results online. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead. Before we plug it in, actually, I still see some fingerprints over here. Okay, there we go. Good as new. Now let's go ahead and plug this keyboard in and see its RGB. Oh wait, it is lighting up already. I just kinda can't see it. We probably need to increase the brightness. We'll see on the web-based software. But okay, I have the website where you can buy this keyboard from. Now just go to the EZ60/63 over here, and then you'll find it on the top right, software, get started, connect the keyboard. Okay, looks like we have to download the latest firmware, so let's do that. After downloading this, we enter the DFU mode, open the computer, copy and drag the firmware file. Okay, go here, access this, drag the file that we just downloaded, just like so. Update should be complete. Okay, the RGB does look brighter now. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but nice. Let's get started. Connect it again. Okay, and we are here. But okay, first we're greeted in the key map settings, so we can change the different functions. Very customizable. We can change the main layer, FN layer, create custom profiles or esports office, change the language. And yeah, now going to the lighting settings, we can disable and customize. Really love this. And then yeah, this is a lot of different effects, but I really like reactive ones like this guy, the multicolor spotter. Nice. We already have the full brightness. We can change the speed as well. And then now moving on to the performance, we select all and select the switch, which is the magnetic jade gamings. Okay, save that. Now I'm not gonna go to too much details on my reasons why I set these specific actuation points, but you can follow along if you like. Oh, we can actually go down to as low as 0.01mm. So the spec sheet on the website is kind of lying on the 0.05, so 0.01. But we can also change the bottom safety the dead zone to 0, but I don't really like that or recommend that, so we go 0.1. We also have stable mode. Wait, we can go even deeper. Berserk mode. Oh, so we were in stable mode. For Berserk mode, we can go down to as low as 0.005mm. Whoa, did I misread the specifications? No, it is right. Okay, a little typo maybe, because this is 0.005mm. Wow, okay. Definitely gonna need some dead zone. Okay, they actually upgraded the performance better than before. Love that. So yeah, we're gonna keep using Berserk mode, of course. And yeah, here's gonna be for the rest of my settings. Feel free to copy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my performance settings. Moving on to the pro keys, we have SOCD, mod tap, and DKS. Okay, they didn't have SOCD before, if I remember correctly. So I'm very glad they added this now. Let's do A and D. We can do less input, neutral, absolute priority, or absolute priority key 2. But yeah, pretty satisfied with A and D. There we go. Finish that for my SOCD. And yeah, mod tap, DKS, pretty much all of that you will need. I don't see toggle key, but I mean, not a lot of people use it from my observation, but there's probably some people who use that as well. We don't have RDT as well, but most of you guys will probably use SOCD. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the pro keys. Moving on to the professional presets. Oh, nice. Oh, Tens is even here. Big fan of this guy. But yeah, Aspas, Jing, okay, Victor, Tarek. Man, these guys are some Valorant pros. I really know these guys actually. Now we can of course do a one-click setup, which will copy their setup here, I'm guessing, but I don't really want to mess with this anymore. I'm pretty satisfied with this settings I've set, so yeah, we're just gonna skip this. But yeah, I really love this addition. Now moving on to the settings, we can enter firmware upgrade mode, reset to default. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I don't really see a way to change the polling rate, but I'm guessing this is just set to the max 8K hertz, which we will test right now on the Keyboard Inspector app. Not 100% sure how accurate Keyboard Inspector is, but yeah, let's see here for those that are interested. And yeah, 8000 hertz polling rate, very accurate. Here's the specs if you guys want to know, those that are curious. But yeah, now let's go ahead and test this out more in game.
I know exactly.
Spike down B.
Looking for.
Canteen.
Out of my way.
I got the spot.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Pew pew. Refreshing. Target down.
Heaven A.
One enemy remaining.
Drop in a smoke. Hi.
One enemy remaining.
May HP ko ka.
One enemy remaining.
1 HP rin yan. Bele.
I never left.
So after playing and testing the EZ63, here's my experience so far. Is it time to actually stop buying the wooting 60HE? Well, gaming-wise, it was very responsive. I didn't really encounter any issues with it. The rapid trigger, the SOCD, everything worked amazingly. The lowest actuation points were very responsive. I do like it. It didn't hold me back when I was gaming. Is it so much more responsive than the wooting? Can you notice it? I don't know. Probably not. A lot of you guys probably won't even notice the difference. But looking at the numbers, these should be faster, and looking at the tests online, these should be faster. But yeah, I've been having an amazing experience when it comes to gaming when using this keyboard. Now, for my daily use, I also didn't really have any major problems with it. I do have all of the keys I need, the arrow keys, the delete key, really appreciate that. Now, I'm kind of used to the FN keys as well, so no problems with the shortcuts. Now, I did experience a little bit of a double clicking on the spacebar, which was also present under all these EZ63, and it is also surprisingly present with a lot of different magnetic keyboards still on the market. Yeah, I do wish they fix it. They add like a little debounce. Should be easy to add on the software, but yeah, not really a big deal. You can also have another profile to not have such a sensitive setting on your spacebar, and that will definitely remove that double clicking when you're typing. But yeah, when it comes to playing Valorant, I didn't really experience any issues with it. The double clicking doesn't really do anything on the spacebar. So yeah, I've been really liking the keyboard. But to answer the question, does it really replace the wooting 60HE? Is it really time to stop? Well, I think a lot of you guys would actually appreciate this keyboard more compared to the wooting 60HE, so for some, I can definitely see it being the time to stop buying the wooting 60HE. Especially when comparing the price of both keyboards, the wooting 60HE and the EZ63 over here. The wooting is around $180, maybe less depending on where you're from. And then for the IQUNIX EZ63 over here, the cheapest variation with the Star Trail magnetic switches is gonna be $179 less with my discount code MIGSS, bringing it down to just around $170. For the wooting 60HE, I don't really know how to apply any discounts when buying from their official website. Before, you can kind of argue that the EZ63 is better because, you know, it's a 8000 Hz polling rate, it is much faster, and it is aluminum, full aluminum case. But the looks before weren't really that good with the black and blue. It isn't for everyone. The software is also missing some features, but now with their new updated software firmware, there's SOCD, pretty much DKS, all that you will need, I'm pretty sure. But depends on what game you're gonna be playing as well. If you're after the joystick gamepad mode for racing games and stuff like that, then the wooting 60HE does have that, the utility software, and sadly they still don't have it on the IQUNIX. But if you're gonna be playing Valorant like me, FPS, what you're after is the SOCD, responsiveness, rapid trigger, it pretty much has it all over here already, making it the more obvious choice compared to the wooting 60HE. And also, it has newer variations like I said earlier. I mean, just look at how good this looks like. 100%. I'm again not hating on the wooting 60HE, but this just looks so much better out of the box stock compared to the wooting 60HE. You can now choose between pink, this, or the black and blue again. Now, yes, it'll be a little bit more expensive when you get this different variation, but this specific variation I got with the white elf reflective thing with the Gateron magnetic jade gamings, which is definitely better for me personally compared to the lacquer switches that comes with the wooting 60HE. It's gonna be around $199, but with my discount code, it's gonna be $189. So like, what is like around $10 difference? And for an all aluminum case, better look, better switches, I think I'd choose this instead personally. So yeah, for around $189, comparing it to the wooting 60HE, I think this is definitely much better. And comparing it to the overall market, I think this is still worth it, especially again, full aluminum case, amazing performance software. IQUNIX is also a pretty well-known brand. You get an amazing experience, quality, and don't get me started with the sound, comparing it to the wooting 60HE. I mean, come on, it's a few years old keyboard. So yeah, the sound of this is just so good. I really love it. But yeah, I would recommend that the EZ63, especially this White Elf, their new variation, their software has been much better now as well. Really love it. I think this keyboard is worth it, still worth it, especially with the new changes, even better now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put this keyboard first link in the description if you're interested. And please use my discount code MIGSS and my affiliate links in the description when buying this or anything from the IQUNIX store. I would really appreciate it. Now, a little disclaimer though, this keyboard is sent to me by IQUNIX, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard, all of the comparisons I've been saying, I'm not siding with IQUNIX and not wooting because they sent me this. No, that's really my honest opinions and review. So yeah, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.